In modern day, it has become increasingly difficult to tell the difference between normal youthful behavior and delinquency.
Okay.
For example, kids exhibit certain, should I say, uncontrollable behavior, for instance, like, talk back at elders or get noisy in public, become quite rowdy and all of that. And then when that happens, some parents excuse it and say, oh, they are just expressing themselves, right? Some even tell you that kids don't express themselves enough. Now, is that an acceptable way of behaving, in the light of our African society? Because in those days, there were certain things that kids were not allowed to do. But nowadays they do them, and then, you see adults giving excuses on their behalf. So how do you tell the difference between abnormal behavior and delinquency, or normal behavior and delinquency, rather?
I would call that a borrowed behavior.
Borrowed,
because they are trying to copy the Western world. This is how the white does it. This is the white. You don't spank, you don't eat, you don't do this, you don't do that. They are petting them to stupidity. In Africa, it doesn't work like that. We have a culture that spare the rod and spoil the child. We have that culture whereby a child is misbehaving, the child will be cautioned by beating that child. You beat nonsense. Not that. I'm not trying to say
abuse, yeah.
I'm not trying to say
this
abuse.
Is not in support of
yes,
abuse.
In parenting, there is a principle. Everything you do should be moderately. If you are beating that child, it should be moderately.
Okay.
If you are also pampering that child, it should be moderately. So don't say because it's a modern world, a child is misbehaving, you are talking, is yelling back at you, and you are saying it's a normal thing because he's expressing himself. Some want to tell you that because this is their stage. What stage? At this stage is the stage that you are supposed, as a mother, tie your jar. You have to be very, very serious about that child, because once it's off you, it's off forever. This is the only time we have our children with us. Okay. This is the only time we have the opportunity to correct them. There's a time will come that you will not see them to correct anymore. A time is coming that you will not see them to hit or to correct. Okay. Because definitely spaces and time, school will come, work will come, marriage will come. And how are you training this child? What are you preparing the child for? If it's a boy, are you preparing a future father? Are you nurturing a future father, or you are nurturing a nuisance? Because it depends on what you are put in that child, depends on what the husband, if it's a man, depends on what the wife we have. Sometimes you see some father, so-called father, misbehaving. Some don't even know how to talk. I was telling someone, I said, if you were to be a woman, I would say you don't have respect. Normal. But for the men, it's a normal thing. Most men don't have respect. They will tell you
most is a
most is almost 50%.
Saying, but
some men,
yes, don't have respect, but they will want a woman that have 99% respect. What about you?
Okay.
If your mother cannot nurture you well and mold you well for another woman, for your wife, now you want to, at this point, they'll become a problem in the future. Become a problem to the wife, become a problem to their children.
Okay.
And this problem can also
large,
be transferred to the next generation.
Okay.
Because the children learn faster from what they see than what you learn or what you tell them. Even if you write the principles or the rules in the house on the white billboard in the house and you don't exhibit it, it doesn't work. It works faster when you practicalize it, because you are the case study. I always tell parents that they should be a role model
to their children, right?
Yes, walk the talk. Be inclusive. Don't say, don't do this. At the end of the day, you are doing it. Like the last time, you see, I don't want you to be smoking, or I don't want you to be dressing half naked, and you as a mother, you are half naked, you are dressing improper, and then you are telling your child to be dressing well. How does that work?
That's hypocritical parenting.
Yes. So we should put ourselves in our own rules that we are giving to our children.
All right. Now, thank you very much, Precious. What role does social media play in shaping youthful exuberance and, juvenile delinquency? Now, Ramsey made mention of certain influences on social media. that tend to influence these children negatively, right? A lot of them are on social media, and it will amaze you to know the kind of people they listen to, the kind of people they model, right? Some of these people they don't know them, but they are probably even, they regard and respect these people much more than those around them. Yeah. And much of the things that these people say, go a long way to shape their behavior. So how far-reaching do you think this influence is to children of this generation?
In social media, is either positive or negative. But if I would say the negative is more, I don't know, because I haven't gone to rating the statistics.
Okay.
But in positive aspect of it, because when you talk about youthful exuberance, this is a point whereby it is a point whereby they are creative. If we can put their energy to use positively, it will generate something positive for this generation. But what we are saying is that this energy is not being managed.
Okay, so the problem lies in the management.
Yes, management. Okay, let's talk about the Yahoo guys.
Yeah, internet fraud.
Internet fraud. Normal. I just want to use a normal general word.
So
yes.
fine.
Okay, fine. Someone created, some guys will have a big house, sometimes 3 bedroom flat, up and down. You have different laptops.
The one they call HK.
HK. You have laptops. You see the children day and night. Some will tell you they drink coffee.
Just to stay awake.
Just to stay awake. 2 days they don't sleep. What about if we channel this energy positively to innovating something creative, something that will bring, that will increase our economy? I think it will be better for us. But at this point, we are not looking at that. People are always looking at the error that these children are doing, the mistake that they are making. But you are forgetting that you are not making use of this energy positively. Okay. So when we talk about...
I guess that's because of the negative impact that, the activities are having on the society.
And because there's nobody building them.
Okay.
I also thought of this counseling of a thing.
Okay.
We are lacking that behind in this part of the world.
All right.
There are some children that have this talent.
Okay.
Imagine someone that can be in Nigeria and can talk to someone they have not seen in any part of the world, and their account has been credited, or they have the logic way. If you see someone speaking English like white, you will, and they don't even go to school.
So those are creative abilities.
They are creative. Yeah, we should channel it positively because they are fresh blood, and they don't know what to do with this.
All
when
right.
you have a counselors,
okay.
guardians and counselors, the government should set up this whole thing whereby teenagers or these youth
can be groomed.
Yeah, they can walk in when they have issues.
All right, thank you very much, Precious. Don't worry, we are going to take it from there when we return from this break. Please don't go nowhere. All right, welcome back. It's still FLIPSIDE on independent television, and today we are taking a look at juvenile delinquency and youthful exuberance. Now, Ramsey, a while ago you made mention of the importance of peer pressure, or the effect of peer pressure on kids. Now, let's now narrow it down to the home front. An adage says charity begins at home.
Yeah, of course.
So a lot of times, most of these kids do not just pick these things up from outside. It's from their home. So in what ways do you think the home affects the kids and influences them to pick up certain character traits?
Of course, we are our home, and our home is us. Some of us came from houses, some of us came from the home. I'm saying this because I always want to draw
a difference between a house and a home. Okay.
I always want to draw a dichotomy between a house and a home. Some of us grew up in a place where there was no love. It could just be a single parenting, or either single fatherhood or single motherhood, or it could be from a polygamous home. And we carry the tendencies or these things that we've learned at the home front to the outside world. I keep telling people, most time when I see my students outside, I say, you don't need to tell me about your house. Not looking at you, I know the kind of house you are coming from. So a dysfunctional home definitely will reflect in the character of a child anywhere. And that's why we always beg people, if they are not ready to get married, they shouldn't go into it. First, giving birth to a child is not enough. Parenting is a major thing there. Now you're giving birth to a child and you come with different men to the house, the child is looking at you, the child is there, you want the child to become someone great tomorrow, someone that has morals or ethics. It's not possible. Devil is going to throw that line. Because he believes that it is normal for a woman to bring different men to the house. Or you are a father, you smoke, you party, you do whatever it is you do, and you think that child is not looking at you. They are observing. Children learn faster, as you rightly said, from what they see you do than what you always say them to do. So this time it's not like they are not listening to you, but they watch you better. So the home definitely,
in other words, they learn more by observation than...
They are very observant.
Okay.
The home reflects on the character of the child. The modus operandi of that child can be tied or tailored to the kind of home that child is coming from, which will have a peaceful home, a home where a child sees that fighting is normal. Definitely he will grow into an adult to become a fighter. Definitely you say some men are abusive or some women are abusive. They are coming from a home where to abuse someone is normal.
Okay.
It's like they see it as everyday thing. So their home definitely will reflect on their character. Style as man, and a man is coming from a home, his style definitely will be tied to the background that produced him. So that is why we beg our brothers and sisters out there, if not for anything, but because of the child, just learn to have a peaceful home. Okay. You are building a violent person. If you are always violent around that child, the child will become violent.
Okay.
So the home definitely is a factor that influences the character out there of the youth or the children.
All right, Precious, beyond learning by observation, some persons, are of the school of thought that certain character traits are hereditary. Do you share that thought? Do you believe that?
It's not proven yet, but it's said.
Okay.
It's not well proven.
Okay, because, some persons will tell you that, because his father or his grandfather and great-grandfather had a certain trait. For example, if, there is a trait of...
criminal lines.
Yes, there's criminal tendencies or, a trait, a lying trait in the family or in the bloodline.
And most times we call it traits, but I don't have proof to that. But I would say that when children see that thing often, it turns normal to them.
Okay.
It turns normal to them when a child knows that to take somebody's thing, to carry or to step on someone to climb is a normal thing, because this is what the father is doing. Okay. This is what the father did. Maybe embezzles people's money or took people's plot of land, and the child definitely with no history. This is how your grandfather took people's plot of land and they called in a wedding man. Your father also did the same thing. The child will also want to do the same thing because he has seen this as a normal way of successful in life, or a normal way of being a man. Some in the other way, they see polygamy as a normal thing. Okay. It takes you to talk to them. I don't really know how.
Is it not normal though?
And some will say it's a trait.
Okay.
I'm trying to talk about why people say a trait.
All right.
Children copy. They see things. When they see that this is what these people have been doing, they copy from them, because who is going to talk to them? Is it the father that stole people's plot of land and sell and use it to pay his school fees, that will not tell him not to also do the same thing when he's also grown? It is not, he can't even say it. So for that child, it becomes normal to steal and to be successful. Okay. It will be normal for the child to do things that are not right. So they will tell you, do it. I have a family like that. I know of a family like that. They will tell you, I have to speak Benin. Is it right? I do that.
Why not?
Okay, fine. They'll tell you, Osagbonwa, Italian, or see. That family is
so death doesn't kill.
They definitely
it only makes people talk.
Yes, it can only make you to talk.
Okay.
What they do, they are business people. So they can borrow millions of money from you, but they know they are not going to pay you. They know they are not going to pay you. They will take that money, even if it's 5 million, they can manage to pay you 2 million. And the rest one, they will tell you, go to her. You won't get it. And those children, they will even tell their children, tell them I'm not around, they will go and hide. The same children will be helping their parents to cover up lies, to cover up things. And you see your parents like that. At the end of the day, when that child grows, he sees this as a normal way of doing business, stepping on people's toes to be successful. So you will not tell is a trait. That's that the father did it. No, most times it's what they copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get more practical. Let's now begin to look at possible solutions to these problems. Okay, now it's not just enough to talk about the problems. You know, it's also very imperative that we begin to look at ways that we can, manage the situation and make things better. Now, what roles do you think parents, guardians, schools, and communities can play in ensuring that these youthful exuberance, is channeled positively? Ramsey.
All right. Let me start from the angle of the school, because I am also an educationist. You see, most schools these days, they've forgotten the fact that learning starts from the assembly ground. Okay. But this time they use the assembly ground to do the normal ritual of calling the national anthem, just call the national anthem, read the hymn and all that. No, that is where learning should start from. Talk to them. There are some things biology cannot cover or didn't cover. Maths did not cover it. English did not cover it. And these are things that have to do with ethics. Things that are not in the syllabus. That is where you are supposed to bring this thing in and teach them ethics. Teach them things they are supposed to do in society, how they are supposed to conform to the norms of the society. The norms have rules, but these rules are conventional, they are not written anywhere. The society have rules, those they are conventional, they are not written anywhere. We expect every sane Homo sapien to pattern along with these rules established by society. We're talking about indecent dressing. Do you know that some persons, I told them the other day, I said, you can put on an expensive rag. If whatever you are putting on is not covering your nakedness, it's not a cloth, it's a rag. If you can be told this and it is your tradition, so cover your nakedness. Or tell me, do you know how much this thing was? I don't want to know how much it was. What I'm saying is, it's not covering your body, therefore it's not a shirt or a cloth. It's just a rag. Do you agree? Some of them will say, I'm sorry, sir. So if the schools can start teaching these children from the assembly and morals, it will help. Like going to the angle of religion, the church, how many pastors are bold enough to tell some of their members what you are putting on does not befit this particular service? Go home and change. They don't want to lose members. What they keep telling me is Mr. Hayes sponsored the other day, paid 5 million, and before he got home, he go receive the alert of 8 million naira. So go and bring us money, get money from you. You know this boy bringing 500,000 naira to your church is into internet fraud. Or
has a questionable source of income.
He's into internet fraud. You know.
Okay.
And you accept wholeheartedly. You even say, let me kneel down and let me pray for you. You continue to defraud people. You are praying for someone to continue to defraud people. That, if you are not practicing racism, then you are practicing something that I don't even want to name on here. And that is so bad. So for the churches to go back to that good old days, when we go to Sunday service, they tell us respect. Children, respect your parents, dress well, know how to talk, don't talk back at your parents. When my father is talking, I can't look straight into his eyes. That's how I was brought up. So churches have failed, not all anyway. Majority of them has failed in that aspect. And coming back to the society, a society where we grew up was a society where all parents were parents. All adults were parents to the children. Your father is there, your father wasn't there. If the examining adult is there, therefore your father is there. The person is representing your father. But these days, adults shy away from their responsibility because it's not your son, because it's not your daughter. That person will become so bad that it will rob your own son. So we are letting this monster every day grow, and it will soon consume everybody. So all adults who are parents should be parents to all children and youths in their environment. And all parents should allow adults to discipline their child. This day, like, don't discipline my child. I know how to discipline my child myself, so it's not you supposed to be me and all that. You are telling that child, apart from you, nobody can talk to him. And the day will come, you particularly can't even talk to that child. Because you are the only person he fears now. He is supposed to fear all adults and conform to the norms of the society. Going to the aspect of government, sir, the government have lost what we call sincerity of purpose. We don't even trust on most of our government anymore. So is it those such people that you now call now to organize a seminar for people who are into internet fraud and train them and all that and other people that are even stealing our money because they are not pressing computer. They are stealing our money with the pen and paper. Every day we read online the budget, the this and all that. We are not seeing anything. So the Yahoo person or the Yahoo boy will tell you the greatest Yahoo man is those in political power. So if they change, we can change. So this time, vices and evil is almost taking our society that even the good ones are not shy to speak. I was talking to one that he said, how much do you have in your account? I said, it's not about the money. I'm ready. I'm readier than you. He said, how? I said, I have sense. You don't have it.
That's the problem. The fact that
I have certificates. You don't have it. So So sit down, let me talk to you. As far as I don't beg you for money, I can talk to you. The reason why some parents can't even talk now is because the breadwinner is someone that you cannot control.
Okay.
That child into that negative thing is the breadwinner. And he has given you money. How will you talk?
All right, Ramsey. I'm afraid I have to, pause you there. We have to go on another break, and when we return, it shall be time for the concluding segment of the show. Please stay tuned. All right, guys. It's still FLIPSIDE on Independence Television, and we are talking juvenile delinquency and youthful exuberance. Now, Precious, he talked about the role that parents, communities, churches, schools, and the society at large can play to ensure that this youthful exuberance is channeled positively. Now, what's your perspective to that as we begin to round up?
Okay, okay, let me start from the parent as well, that they have a big role to play. We shouldn't allow our children to grow by themselves, because it is easier to work on the negative parts of life than the positive part, because the negative part is easier and sweet. The positive is where you as a mother, as a father, supposed to come in. Let these children know that when this thing is done, this is the outcome. Okay. Draw them closer this time. I'm trying to ask, some of our parents don't really show love to our children. That's why sometimes when they find love outside, and most time what the devil gives to you is in pretense. The devil gives you ample. Inside the ample, you get worms, you get bitterness, you get a lot of things. But you as a parent, you have that love for your child. We should draw our children close. Try to know their love languages. We have about 5 love languages. How many of our parents know our children love language? Some love affirmation, some love want
some only know the love languages of their spouses.
Of their spouses.
Okay.
And this is where parents are getting it wrong. We are supposed to know the love language of our children.
Okay.
Some children love gifting. On the 14th is Valentine, right? It's not about spouse. It's not about you buying gift for your wife or your husband. What about your children? Do you know what your child loves best? If you can capture those children in this format, you do less work in giving them instructions, because they already know that you love them. Because you love them, when you give them instruction, they take it faster and easier, because that love has already been established. Okay. So let's now talk about the church, Sunday school. I got more of my moral lessons in Sunday school. Okay. I told you my parents don't really have that time. My mother does not even, she doesn't even know the Bible. So if I should wait and fold my hands and wait till she comes and teach me the Bible, or teach me moral, or teach me something, maybe I will have been at either Iyama at night, okay, or be somewhere else that is not right. Our church should do better. All right. Do better. Let's leave the ceremonial part of the church. Okay. Let's go into the spiritual part of it. Let's try to inculcate values to our children. Okay. That Sunday school, we should try to teach our children, this is what the Bible says, this is what you are supposed to do and what not supposed to do. Now let's go to the societal part of it. A child is doing something that is wrong. It's not my child, not being savvy. It's not mine. What am I going to do? Please, wherever you want to live your life is not my business. But you know that when that child goes bad, he's going to meet your child in a classroom, or in one place or the other, in church. And that negative influence, that negative energy that you are shying away from, will be channeled to your child. Okay. Straight free. And the child will bring it back to you, and you start running eta-sketa, okay, whereby you were supposed to correct. Now the fourth one is the government. I would say, permit me to say, that the government has failed us. Woefully failed us. They are well. They have failed us. Okay. Because we learn to now talk about our parents. They are really trying. It might not be easy for them to do the also and do the counseling yeah, and do the guidance and do the shelter and everything. It might not be easy for them, because a lot of them don't even have this knowledge. Okay. So they need an expert. Okay. They need more hands that will help them train these children when they are not there. Okay. Okay, fine, we will talk about seminars. How many schools organize seminars? School organize seminars for children to learn. Let me not digress from the government part before I go to school. Government is supposed to set agencies that are supposed to be keeping eye on these children.
Okay.
Recreational centers, innovative centers where our children, when you have children that have talent are dying in this nation. Oh. Talent are being buried every day.
Or worse still, they're even being channeled in the wrong direction.
Yeah, because this is where I'm saying our government have failed. Because you cannot expect a mother that is running to the market to come and be knowing that you know how to sing, or to come and be identifying that you know how to dance, or come and be identifying that you know how to be crafty, or know how to do one or two things. No, what they know is just to give you food, pay your school fees and all that. So they are supposed to have these centers where these children will go and build themselves and become positive to the society. We talk about school. We go for school seminars sometimes. We will write letter and share to them that want to come and sensitize, want to come and talk to their children. They will start keep asking questions, and they don't need that. They don't need that. We see children doing immoral things in school. Immoral things. Mathematics and English cannot solve that problem. The problem of maths and English is different from the problem of immorality.
Ethics, yeah.
And ethics, it is very, very different. Please, out schools, church, society, homes, and other, we should put our hands together to make sure that we build these children, because we will not say we have lived our life. We have lived our life. If these children are not properly guided, a time will come, you cannot sleep and close your two eyes. Because even the one in your house is going to be a threat to you. So even if the door is closed.
All right, precious. We pray we don't get to that point in our lives, because when that happens, then it means that there's fire on the mountain. Now, Ramsey, in a matter of seconds, what's your final thought on this?
Permit me to co-switch a little with my brother. What that means, let's call the drink. Don't we replace drink with cola.
I guess that's the English version of let's call it spade a spade.
If you are a parent, start parenting.
Okay.
If you're an adult, be an adult in society. Don't be an adult that becomes a threat to society. Rather, a custodian of the laws of the society.
Okay.
Then if you are a school, be a very good school.
Okay.
Wherever
you choose to be.
Then if you are a government, be a very good representative and leader.
All right.
If we do this, then we'll have a sane society.
All right, a very big thank you guys for taking our time to be with me on the show today. It's been a very interesting conversation, and I personally have learned a lot from what you guys have said. And I hope that the viewers out there have also picked up one or two, beautiful things, that could impact on our society positively. Thank you once again. All right, it's been FLIPSIDE on independent television, and we've been taking a look at juvenile delinquency and youthful exuberance. Now, this stage of children's lives is the most sensitive. If you fail to get it right at this point, then I guess it's just going to go downhill from there. So, as a parent, as an adult, as a caregiver, as whatever it is you are as an adult, have it in mind that there is a lot of responsibility on your shoulder. You do not, you cannot afford to fail, because if you fail, posterity will judge you harshly. It's been FLIPSIDE on independent television. I want to say a big thank you to you out there for being a part of the show. My name is Harry Igboje, and until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, do stay out of trouble, and happy Valentine's in advance. Good afternoon.